With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood, every breath of our lives, with trust in God, we will lift our homeland high. We believe in togetherness.
If leadership is said to be the capacity to translate vision into reality, then Governor Willie Obiano is 3 times a leader. This is because in just 3 years in office, Governor Obiano has taken his vision for Anambra State directly from the paper on which it is written and translated it into monuments that can be seen across the landscape of the state. From Anako to Ufuma, and from Ibariam to Amici, Governor Obiano's vision sparkles like a myrtle into the oriental horizon. But what essentially is Governor Obiano's vision for Anambra State? His vision is to make Anambra State the first choice investment destination and hub for industrialization and commercial activities. His mission is to make Anambra State a socially stable, business-friendly environment that will attract both indigents and foreigners to seek wealth-creating opportunities. 3 years into his first term in office, Governor Obiano has achieved both his vision and mission statements in full. The facts speak for themselves. Right at the heart of Governor Obiano's magnificent performance is the Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency, Ansippa. This agency, which is backed by law, is constituted with a board of seasoned personnel.
The governor's strategy from beginning is to increase aggressively the level of internally generated revenues. How do you do that? By attracting investments, by setting up industries, by having industries come here to set up that we pay taxes. The strategy basically is to gradually replace FAC money from Abuja with internally generated revenues, and the figure is increasing rapidly every year.
Ansippa is the reactive agent catalyzing the dreams of Anambra, making her the important hub for economic prosperity in the sub-region. Ansippa is a one-stop investment agency that is behind the arrival of 27 companies in Anambra State, 9 of which have gone into full-scale industrial and economic activities.
His Excellency again always says it, the common denominator of all these investments is job, job, job. Every investment, His Excellency intends to get a lot of people employed. The projected job from these investments will be so enormous, and the structure is such that the host community gets the most part of the job created directly and indirectly. So every investment must have the proportionate job projections before it's considered in Ansippa.
Encouraged by Governor Obiano's policies that has revolutionized agribusiness in Anambra, Koscharis Farms is collaborating with the state government, establishing a 3,000-hectare rice farm in Anako, Ayamelum local government area of Anambra State. A 29-year dream come true.
Like everything in life, you needed a facilitator. Let me say, outside of God Almighty, I will give the credit of the success of this farm to the governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano. When he called the Investors Forum, and called the top guys of Anambra State and share his view and 7 cardinal points of economic revolution in Anambra State. While he was talking, he mentioned agriculture. So I just pinched myself. I said, wait a minute. So during question and answer, I raised up my hand. I said, you really mean you are committed to do this? He said, yes, that he believed that that is a way to create jobs in the state. The truth is that you can't have economic development without security in the state. The first attraction was that I believe Anambra State was then safe again, because some years before then, nobody come here and sleep overnight. So he tackled security to reinforce confidence in the mind of the citizenry. And people like us who have been yearning within ourselves saw an opportunity and capitalized on it. And to the glory of God, like I said, it was a dream come true.
With over 50 permanent staff and over 200 casual workers, this fully mechanized rice farm has successfully cultivated rice on 2,000 hectares, producing over 20,000 tons of rice paddy in 2 planting seasons. With the purchase of additional levelers and the completion of a new 5,000-ton drying yard, it is expected that with soon coming irrigation plant, the entire landmass will be cultivated all year round. Designed as a full value chain concern, Koscharis will soon start the building of its mega rice mill to be situated in Ibarriam right next to these silos. This will further increase the rice production in the state.
We have a 40,000 metric ton rice mill for now, with a capacity to expand it to 120,000 meals. In fact, the paddy we are producing now, we're going to use them on our mill. So that mill is going to work 24 hours full time.
Josan Agro, another new kid on the block in rice production, has successfully reactivated the old rice farm in Ufuma, Urumba North local government. A partnership between the Anambra State government and the Joseph Agro, Josan Agro is the only integrated rice farm in the entire southern part of Nigeria that has all year-round rice farming with all year-round irrigation. It is a one-stop value chain business from the rice farms to the rice mills in one single location. Commissioned in March 2017 by Governor Willie Obiano, the mills at Ufuma have a combined capacity to mill 15,000 metric tons yearly.
Agriculture happens to be really one of the pillars that drives the rural development. This current government has done everything to see that agriculture is aided. So it happens to be what opens up the rural area. It creates quite a lot of jobs. It also helps us with being able to then provide food. But what we are doing here is not just the farming element, it's the whole value chain, which means from farming to the actual processing. We have some outgrowers, people who come here and also farm. So currently we have like about 300 farmers working with us, but then we also have others. We have managers, we have accountants, we have food processors. So it's a whole team.
As part of the partnership, Josan Agro has taken over the rice mill in Umumbo, Ayamelum, and is fast-tracking extensive resuscitation work on its electrical, mechanical, and infrastructure, as the mill was extremely vandalized many years ago.
So what we have really been able to start doing is to rewire the whole mill, step by step, piece by piece. Umumbo mill is a game changer. Umumbo mill was the former largest mill in the whole nation. Umumbo mill was built by the Japanese in the 1980s, but it's still one of the best mills. So we are very happy that the government has really been able to hand us over Umumbo mill, and we'll do everything to see that Umumbo mill works in about the next 2 to 3 months. So the journey has already started.
When operational later this year, the mill will start with a capacity to mill 30,000 metric tons of rice a year. As a stopgap, 2 mini mills are currently operational and will add another 10,000 metric tons a year to the market. By also boosting the capacity of the local rice farmers who are now outgrowers to the now established mega farms, the Obiano-led administration has almost met Anambra's yearly rice consumption of 320,000 metric tons of rice. And the fact is, today, Anambra rice floods the market. The emergence of Linden Poultry Integrated Farm in Owerri, Anambra East local government area is a clear manifestation of Governor Obiano's plan to position Anambra State as a center for poultry farming in Nigeria, and it is a huge success. In a public-private partnership (PPP) arrangement, the facility's purpose is to develop, operate and manage a modern integrated poultry farm that will create both direct and indirect jobs for the youths and women, produce high-quality poultry products, and most importantly, position Anambra State to be one of the highest producers of poultry products in Nigeria.
3 of us, indigenes of Anambra State, Dr. Clem Wobo, Sadozie Mbanefo, and myself came together, having identified that there is a gap for poultry production, both for fresh eggs and meat in the state and the Southeast as a whole. So we decided to investigate the possibility or the feasibility of setting up a modern integrated poultry farm in Anambra State. Initially, we had some challenges trying to identify the right location. But somebody mentioned to us that perhaps we should approach His Excellency through Ansippa. And we did that. And they reassured us that if we went through the normal process of applying for land, it was quite likely that we will be given what we required. We made our presentation to the Governing Council of Ansippa, and they liked it, largely because it aligned very well with the agriculture policy of His Excellency, which focused on a number of areas, including setting up a poultry industry in the state.
One undeniable fact is, now, Anambra exports eggs to other states, as distributors can be seen daily purchasing crates of eggs in hundreds.
It's cheaper more than Port Harcourt. Like I'm buying 1 crate here at 650 naira, but in Port Harcourt it's more than that. I see it as a development in this state, because in past 8 years or more than, it's not like that. But in this administration, I see it as a very, very improvement.
Del Farm Limited, in conjunction with Songhai Regional Center, is situated just a few clicks away from Linden and is blazing the trail cultivating highly lucrative cash crops. The farm is with the intention of developing a local full-scale multi-farm business concern, which will combine agricultural technology, industry, and hospitality services in the production of cash crops. The farm will also serve as a center for IT students in related courses to do their industrial attachment there, thereby acquiring more knowledge that will yield more fruits in the area of farming and farm produce. The good news from Del Farm is that Del Farm has signed an MOU with Sabmila Breweries in Onitsha to supply the much needed sorghum, which Del Farm now cultivates in commercial quantity, not only saving Nigeria the very scarce foreign exchange, but it will increase the state's IGR at the same time. Visionary, you might say.
From what people say all over, that sorghum cannot be grown in eastern Nigeria. We have sorghum already planted in our farm, and the government, the governor took it upon himself that if it's sure that we can do this, he took us straight to Sabmila Breweries in Onitsha, the makers of Hero Brewery. He told the GM, the Del Farm is ready and capable to produce any quantity of sorghum they need to produce their beer. And it said to me, young man, look, if you need land, come to me, but produce as much sorghum that you can, so that Sab Miller will have all the sorghum they need to continue their production. And finally, we had an MOU with the Sab Miller, followed by an agreement to supply substantial quantities of sorghum. And it's an ongoing process. The government of Anambra State have been boasting about Anambra rice. Now I think His Excellency is equally boast about Anambra sorghum. We've done it and we're doing it well. And
there are other investors in the agri sector which are in various stages of setting up its infrastructure. One of such farms is Excel Farms. Partnering with the state government, Excel Farms is to build an integrated, mechanized agricultural project which will boost the cultivation of cassava and tomatoes in the state. Designed as a value chain project, Excel Farms has already cultivated over 100 hectares of cassava with the intention of producing cassava paste in commercial quantity.
We were far gone in trying to set up this same farm in Enugu State before the governor of Anambra came to power. But because of his drive and his interest, I saw that he was committed, he is committed to develop agriculture in Anambra State. And in the course of my discussion with him, he knew about my activities earlier concerning agriculture. He was the one who actually asked me how far that process was going. And I told him, he said, okay, if I hadn't moved beyond a certain level that will enable me revert to Anambra, will I be interested in coming into Anambra to do a similar thing? And I said, yes. So he, to that extent, he was, and he is instrumental in making this possible to be done in Anambra State.
With the giant strides already taken, Governor Obiano's dream of making Anambra the hub of economic activity east of the Niger will soon be actualized. Ansippa has put together a consortium of local and foreign investors that will construct one of the most ambitious projects ever embarked upon by any state government in Nigeria's history. The construction of the Anambra State International Airport, Owerri, will soon become a reality as the design from the Chinese builders is now available.
The newly planned Anambra State Airport is 23 kilometers far away from Awka, and the transport conditions are quite convenient and fast. The airport is classified as Code 4F. 2 parallel runways will be built. The runway length is 3,800 meters, and the distance between 2 runways is 2,200 meters, satisfying the requirements of landing and takeoff of aircrafts of A380 and B747. The terminal is with areas of 410,000 square meters in long-term plan, which will meet operation requirements of 13,260 passengers in rush hour, and the forecast passenger handling capacity in the year 2050 is 40 million. The air harbor industry, including cargo logistics, aircraft maintenance, air catering, etc., will be developed, and making it as the airline hub in West Africa in the future.
On the instance of His Excellency, that Ansippa as well as Orient Petroleum should actually visit China to ensure that the Airport City project is still on course. There is a project timeline that has been agreed between the technical partners, which is Chinese Aviation Corporation, the Nigerian partners in the project, namely Anambra State Government and Orient, and then the financier, Elite International Investment Holding Company of Hong Kong, which is Sino King. And this project timeline has been agreed in a communique signed by all the parties to this project. I came back with it, and very critically that the financing of this project is now in place by a guarantee provided by HSBC. It's a huge bank, probably one of the largest banks in the world, and that guarantee is in place. So the funding for this project is there. The technical design has been done and reviewed. The technical team is arriving in Nigeria, in Awka precisely, before the 3rd week of October. So the project is on course. But I will plead with all Anambra people to keep behind this project, regardless of political affiliation.
In addition, the Anambra bonded container freight terminal is in concluding plans to begin construction in Ozobolo, Ekusigo local government area. This will inadvertently reduce the travels of going elsewhere to clear the thousands of containers which are presently cleared in the various ports in the country. The revenue implication to the state cannot be overemphasized.
This project is a project conceived based on the fact that there's need for us to bring back that philosophy, think back home philosophy. So looking at Anambra in the past 4 years, we see a state driven by vision, making it to become an investment-friendly or an investment destination, especially the aspect of security. Against this background, we decided to come back home to our state and put up a project that at the end of the day will ensure that transport logistics and cargo logistics have a base in Anambra State. And to do that, one will think about creating job creation. This project, as far as we're concerned, will not take anything less than 5,000 youths by the time we conclude the project and execution.
With the influx of new businesses being attracted by Ansippa and due to Anambra's safer state status, housing will become a challenge. Envisaged by Governor Obiano, urban renewal is among the top priorities of his agenda. This administration has concluded area mapping of the entire state. Anambra is the 2nd state in Nigeria to do so. Little wonder the provision of housing has become a very alluring venture to many investors. Currently in various stages of construction, there are new, modern, well-planned housing estates under construction in the state's capital, Awka, and other major cities in the state. In Awka, these include the Cornerstone Fountain Estate by Dozie Investments, Eagle Hill Estate by Top White Ventures, Millennium Estate City by Arut International in Awka, Baron's Court by Rockland Development Limited, and the Blue Fountain Estate by EFAB Limited. These estates will be part of the new expanded multi-precinct Awka State Capital. In Onitsha, there is the Divine Mercy Estate by Lake Petrol Limited, which will extend Onitsha GRA to the 33 Road.
Means that what governor has been telling us is 100% truth. He said that once we come for rural investment, that they will make everything easy. What we are so much interested in is infrastructure. Want to do something different. These are the things that are different from Obiano'S, because encourage people not only to come and take land, but to develop by putting governments. And there's also Ansippa. That's the job of Ansippa, to make sure that when you take land, you develop it.
I must be frank to you, the way the style of government is wonderful. We are enjoying it, and for security reasons. It's the way of government. If our people, like we are praying for him, allow him to walk, to rule Anambra for another 4 years, so there will be a great difference.
The Mpo flyover is wearing a new look as the newly designed public car park awaits commissioning by the state government. This project brings to bear Governor Obiano's resolve to ensure environmental aesthetics and orderliness in parking of vehicles, especially near markets. In the same vein, to ensure trailers don't clog up the highways, Graffield Group is establishing a modern integrated trailer terminal and modern park in Onitsha. With the influx of vehicles due to increase in commercial and social activities in the state, Anambra State Government, in partnership with Temple SYC, has also established a modern, fully computerized, state-of-the-art vehicle testing and inspection garage. Besides adding to the IGR of the state, it will more importantly help reduce accidents on our roads, thus saving lives that would have been lost due to accidents caused by faulty vehicles.
That's revenue content. That's a sharing formula between us and the government. But I can tell you that this government, in spite of the paucity of funds in the whole country, he wants to save life first before looking at revenue, and we must give it to him.
As a way of boosting the state's internally generated revenue, this administration has established Global Gaming Limited to moderate the gaming sector in the state. Apart from boosting the state's IGR, it will provide employment to the youths.
Anambra State, under the leadership of His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, who I would say is a digital governor, who knows the sign of the times, reached out, realized the importance of this to IGR creation. He realizes the importance because it brings employment to the youth who hold these terminals, who sell these tickets. So he has come into it to sanitize it.
It is on record that Global Gaming successfully conducted a raffle draw to commemorate Anambra's 25th anniversary, where the Anambra won millions of naira among various other prizes. Governor Obiano'S masterful handling of the security nightmare of Anambra State and his profound vision to set up an important agency as Ansippa has changed the entire narrative of Anambra State. Anambra has competently put its house in order under Obiano. Now, the whole world is looking up to Anambra State as the emerging vista of hope and prosperity in the southeastern region. That is the power of vision.
With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear.